Welcome to Warblog. Today we're looking at this one, Gilna, Croatia, Croatian War of Independence, 1991. It's a small little battle. You won't find it sort of on the Wikipedia page. I got it from the Times Digital Archive, which is the Times newspaper of London, or Times newspaper of England. Headline: 45 killed in Croatia clashes. So not a small number. So basically, I read out the article, maybe not all of it, but at least 45 people were reported killed in 2 days of bitter fighting involving the Serbs, Yugoslav army tanks, and units of the Croatian police and National Guard around the Croatian town of Gilna. So there we have around that. Now, the one thing it doesn't say, it doesn't give any indication of, is where they come from. Now, I put them both coming from the north, and these are the actual Yugoslav units. But they could have been coming from, you know, the south, east, the southwest, or the southeast, or the east. Or, you know, I don't know where they came from. But that's just a guess. Shooting started on Friday when Serbian guerrillas, that's these guys, sort of positioned, tried to seize control of the town 30 miles south of Zagreb. So Zagreb is presumably 30 miles north. 20 civilians and at least 16 Croatian police and National Guards were killed. The Serbs lost 9 men and scores more were wounded. One report spoke of corpses strewn in fields and courtyards along the roads and in burnt-out farmhouses around Gilna. So you'll notice it's all agricultural mostly. I'm a professional soldier, but I've never seen anything like this, a Yugoslav army colonel said. Croatian television showed footage of 9 mutilated policemen who were said to have been butchered by Serbs in the village of Struga. So nothing to do with this, etc. So it builds on, but I find it quite interesting that these sort of narratives can be found in newspapers, and other than that, you could almost imagine there's no other record of them happening. Presumably there are, maybe even in other newspapers, but maybe not reported anywhere any nearer. And it's very similar to one of these sort of very sort of almost obscure Syrian, Iraqi, modern conflict where ISIS do something, and I mean, I'm pretty sure I've done scenarios where less than 45 people were killed. So it's no small sort of thing. And I do have another one sort of open, but it just was so big, and I thought I don't want to do another big one. I'm still, these are so easy to sort of put together, and they're quite interesting. So I'm going to play it. So I don't know how this is really going to work. I did have 2 and 2, but I removed one because I thought they would have too much. But we'll see. Oh. They've got them round. Let me just pause that and do it. Okay, this should now be the other way around. Or not. Yep, there we go. So, suddenly they don't feel too overpowering. Look at that, they can just about get in there. I am putting a rule change in, I haven't done it yet, but if units are fresh and they get a DE, they don't get eliminated, it's considered a rout. I'm basically changing the D to a sort of D route, but I can't call it DR because it's defend and retreat. I'm just trying to decide whether I should put that there. Which could be 5 to 1. It won't make any difference because it will be 11. So I should get a 5 to 1 against this unit and keep that stacked up. Yeah, you've got a DR there. But it could have been a DE, and I think to some extent it's a bit much. I could move forward and attack again. But I don't think it will. DR. Let's see what movement we've got. 3.8. You should be able to get there at the very least. 0.25 left. Maybe we'll get a DE on this. Yes, that was nice. Okay. One minute. He could attack, and that would be a 1 to 1. That's the reason I stacked them up. Otherwise, it would have been a 2 to 1. We could stay there. But what I think I'll do is get these back into the town. And I think he really needs to come back as well. Obviously he can't get into the town. Right, okay. Well, I'm glad I removed one of these units, because once you get that DE, it certainly changes the odds. Not entirely sure how I want to do this. Still want to keep them stacked, so I'm just going to come along the road. Another DE. See, once it gets to this stage, see, if those had been D routes, that would have been a little better. He's got no movement, but he does. I think we're going to make the most of that. We're moving straight into here, and let's see if we can attack the police. Should be a 2 to 1 here, and an exchange. Should have waited actually. Nope, no more movement. Okay. Well, we might as well try and push them out. In exchange, it could have worked. This will probably be a 7-1. DR. Okay. Well, they're going to run away. And the Republic of Serbian Krajina take Gilna. Now, it's interesting, obviously, for lots of reasons in its own right, but it's interesting because it seemed sort of too easy and really unchallenging. But to be quite honest, that's probably how it was, which is what makes it interesting. You know, the reality of these things is usually a little more mundane than sort of, you know, the glamour of, you know, insightful strategy and tactics. But that said, it could have gone the other way, and in particular, if this sort of deroute rule was in play. And the reason I sort of want to put that in play, because I like the way that these irregular units can sort of evade a DE result, making them quite powerful, but it makes them a lot more powerful than these units, almost so much so that it's pointless putting these in there, because they'll be able to get against them and sort of, you know, attack quite heavily. And so if I change that, those DEs probably wouldn't have resulted in them being removed instantly and would have made it a longer gameplay. I'm not going to do it yet, and it might be a while before I do it because it's sort of under the bonnet sort of stuff. But there you go. I'll leave it at that. I hope you find that interesting. I've got another one actually from this. I found two scenarios, and I'll be doing that one. And it's probably exactly the same. You know, small number of units. What I might do more immediately is put these to 3-3-3s, so 2-2-2s, just to make it a little tougher. But I did take out one of these units to make so that they didn't have an easy time of it. Now, I thought maybe that wasn't enough, but as we can see there, we just, you know, it's just that DE result, and especially if they stack up in twos, they can't get even a 2-1. But yeah, it's interesting. So if you think you can do better or play it differently, sign up and give it a go. I'll speak to you later. Cheerio.